I gotta be honest, in the year of 2022, with all this shit in the world that's been going down, the last thing I would ever expect is there to be a game released about a train with spider legs that kills people. But if I'm still being honest, this is kind of exactly what I needed in my life. Choo Choo Charles is a survival horror game that was released to the public on Steam on December 9th of this year. The game was uploaded by 2-Star Games, a small indie company that has released popular games such as My Friend is a Raven and Cloud Climber. However, Choo Choo Charles is already their most popular release, even though it's only been out for a solid week. And for good reason too, this game is fairly entertaining. Choo Choo Charles doesn't really have any horror elements within it, there's really no jump scares here, and there's certainly no hints of the game being involved with any aspect of psychological horror. Instead, this open world game is more of a comedical game with all the differing characters and the lore that is set within the island. Add that with the main antagonist being that of a train being open to attack you at any waking moment as you traverse throughout the island, and you have a pretty entertaining 2-hour game to play. But even though Choo Choo Charles is an entertaining game, is it a good game? Well, why don't you all sit back, relax, and watch as I speed down the track with my sick-ass train while explaining everything you need to know about Choo Choo Charles. The game starts off with you receiving a call from a guy named Eugene. He claims that he was a supervisor over at a mining company on a nearby island. However, a supernatural monster took over the land during an excavation progress and is now killing everyone and anyone that is still alive. So it's up to you both to take down the monster and to liberate the island. Oh, by the way, if you were able to not notice, during the cutscene, Eugene is apparently an extremely skilled ventriloquist. He doesn't move his jaw even a centimeter, and yet he's talking up a storm even with his accent.
One of the train operators was killed early on by the beast, so his old engine should be used.
And yes, this is apparent for every single character within this game. Normally, if you would see this type of shit on any AAA game, this would immediately ruin the immersion, but this is a game where you're taking on a demonic spider version of Thomas the Tank Engine. To have every character talk like this with a camera that moves literally anywhere and everywhere for no apparent reason is just fucking hilarious. Especially when the characters have shit like this to say.
I ate the last jar of pickles I had in my house, and there's only one jar of pickles left on the island. My secret jar of pickles, locked away inside my pickle cave.
Anyways, as you two meet up and go to the monster train riddled island, Eugene fucking hightails it to a nearby train station where he shows you an abandoned train that you can traverse throughout the island. This island is massive, by the way, at least it was bigger than I thought it would be. On this island, you have to make your way to main, side, and weapon quests on set tracks that you have to maneuver with certain levers. So not only is getting to any objective on foot near impossible, but you can't just be on your train at all times, as you have to calculate and move tracks to get from point A to point B. You also have a mounted LMG on the back of your train for whenever Charles, yes, the monster is named Charles if you couldn't tell, tries to attack you. This LMG, alongside any other weapon that you obtain from weapon quests, becomes overheated about, 5 seconds, so you have to time your shots pretty perfectly. But I mean, weapon cooldown is no matter, as you and Eugene are up for this job. I mean, Charles really has nothing on this dream pair. I bet he's already quaking in his spider boots.
Do you hear that?
What was that? Oh no, that better not be. Oh my god, it's Charles. Oh fuck, Eugene, can you make this train go any faster? Holy shit, Eugene, no! Before dying, Eugene tells you to gather the 3 eggs on the island and destroy them, as that'll supposedly make Charles mortal enough to take on. Or at least that's what the survivors of the island, including him, want you to believe. They think that destroying his eggs will enrage him to the point that he would not flee after being damaged enough, so that's the ticket on taking him down. Eugene also wants you to meet with his son to plan out how to fully take down Charles. And with that, Eugene sadly passes away. Rest in peace, my hero. Alright, so even though you can take on all the main quests immediately and attempt to beat the game within like 30 minutes, it's not really recommended that you do this, as your puny ass train will get demolished by Charles in seconds. So let's briefly discuss side quests and weapon quests. Weapon quests are quests that give you, now wait for it, weapons. Who would have thought? Doing these quests will give you a flamethrower, a rocket launcher, and a single-shot weapon named Bob. I'm telling you all this right now, the flamer is the only weapon that you need. Apart from the quest just being easy as fuck, all you have to do is climb the stairs to turn a valve so that water can put out a fire. This gun is beyond overpowered. Upon shooting the gun just one time, Charles will catch fire and cease attacking you for a few seconds. So just stun lock him and you won't die on the train even during the boss fight. Doing the side quest, on the other hand, won't reward you with a weapon, but instead scrap. Scrap is the currency within the game and is used to upgrade your train's health, speed, and damage, alongside with it helping you be able to repair your train and being able to respawn on your train if you die by the hands of Charles. You can find this scrap by of course doing these quests or just scavenging the area. However, I do recommend that you just do these quests solely because how funny they are. Let me give you a few as an example. You of course have the pickles lady. She is livid that she ran out of pickles to eat because that is her favorite food if you could not tell, and wants you to go to a nearby cave to pick up her special jar of pickles. You can read more lore about how she ended up this way by reading a note in the cave that just says pickles, 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 pickles. What a lyrical genius. You have a guy that used to be a miner but wants to sue the company because an evacuation did not occur after the mine started to collapse. I don't think he knows about Charles because he's just keen on wanting you to jump around an abandoned collapsed building to search for files that could be used in a lawsuit, and when you do this, he pays you with one whole scrap for doing it, which is just so ironic given the fact that he's the upset underpaid miner who wants to sue the company for working conditions, but has you jump around an unsafe building for practically nothing. You also have a woman who asks you to take down 8 notes that every night get placed on certain lampposts by a completely separate supernatural entity. I shit you not, this game turns into Slenderman and the 8 pages and is unironically better than the 2021 remake. And that's just a few of the side quests within the game. Although most are vital within beating the game, all are recommended to play just because how funny they really are. But now you have the main quest to take on. There are a total of 4 quests within the main storyline, and they're all really easy. Actually, every single quest in this game is incredibly easy. They all consist of fetch quests where you have to walk either a short distance or a good sized distance to pick up one item, go back to the NPC, and then you're done. In 3 of the main quests, you have to go through either mine shafts or ancient ruins to collect the eggs that have unkillable enemies that attack you when spotted, which would be bad, but they don't shoot you until they're point blank in front of you and their aim isn't really good. So you can literally just run through the area, pick up the egg, and boom, quest completed. Oh, and the other main quest is meeting up with Eugene's son to plant 8 bombs on the bridge. It's an even easier mission than the egg missions, so there's that. I guess the reason that most of these quests rely on like fetch quests is that so Charles can attack you. Throughout the game, Charles will randomly roam in the island, and if you two cross paths, he will attack you. And if you're on the train, you can just take him on for about a minute or 2 and he'll run away to heal and won't be seen for a little while. But on foot, Charles will mow you down like you were nothing. Unless you're on a house or a shed, he just doesn't know how to act that way. It is tense as you pray that Charles won't blindside you at any waking moment during any quests, with him as well as using his horn when he's nearby you, even if he doesn't spot you. But I mean, the tensefulness does go away when you can just respawn into your train for like 3 scraps and continue on like nothing just happened. Anyways, while collecting the eggs, you learn 2 important things. 1, the owner of the mining company belongs to Warren Charles III. This game really loves Charles as a name. I don't know why. Your train is named Charles, there's Choo Charles, and then there's also Warren Charles III. He's the guy who didn't send any evac over here, while also inadvertently causing the Charles outbreak to occur with the mining into these ruins being allowed by him. And 2, the original miners on the island tried beforehand to destroy the eggs, but this caused Charles to absorb the energy and become even stronger than he previously was, which caused Warren to guard off all the other eggs to make sure that this doesn't happen again. I wonder if Warren is a false antagonist who is only protecting everyone by both containing Charles on the island and making sure he doesn't go stronger. Oh wait, it is exactly that. I fucking love this game. That's right, as you place the 3 eggs onto the shrine that destroys them, Charles instead absorbs all the energy and he becomes Hell Charles. He kills off Warren by absolutely devouring him, and this kicks off the final boss fight. Like I said though, Flamethrower ends him without him even touching your train. Once he loses all of his health, the arm bridge explodes, which causes him to fall face first on a wooden spike. Holy shit, that was actually a badass scene to end off the game. And that's Choo Charles. This 2-hour game does have moments where everything feels like a cakewalk and a little bit boring, but on the other hand, I had a blast playing this. You won't be scared in the slightest, I assure you, but I promise you that you will be laughing at the jokes made within this game. Is the game worth the $20 as advertised on Steam? Yeah, I would say so. I feel like this is an enjoyable enough game to play in one sitting, so if you're willing to spend the money, go for it. But what did you guys think of the game? Did you guys love it? Hate it? Leave it down in the comments below. But other than that, I'm gonna end this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked this video, maybe hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you all in a later video. Bye for now.